YouTube, it's Christine with Souls Rising, jumping on to bring through some oracle messages for the sign of Capricorn. So if you have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, stick around, and of course be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like this content. I'm gonna jump right in. And Capricorn, I know we are heading into really what is the end of April. So even though these were originally meant for the second half of April, understand that this message will still be good moving into the first few weeks of May. So let's pull some cards for my Capricorns out there. All right, Capricorn. So let me show you the cards that we got. So the first one is Bear Spirit Healing. Second one is Bluebell Fairy Gratitude. Then we have Wild Rose Fairy Love, and it came out on its side, which is transitional energy for me. And I actually heard self-love. So I feel like this card is actually referring more to self-love journey than necessarily romantic love. Certainly possible for some of you. It could be referring to romance. Wizard of the Woods Focus. Phoenix Transmutation. Spirit Guardian of Summer Expansion. And then we have underneath those a Rainbow Waterfall Miracles. Butterfly Spirit Transformation. Maple Spirit Generosity. So Capricorn, I really feel like for a lot of you, you've been on this inner healing journey where you've been really moving through some heavy things inside and having to, I am being shown by Spirit, like pick through different things from the past and sort of analyze them, taking them apart, sort of trying to understand them through a new lens or from a new perspective. And you've been going through that, I feel like, for a while. And maybe for some of you during this period, it may have felt like a very lean period for you, in that you may have felt like abundance was sort of hard to find during that period, or you felt a little stuck or limited because Spirit was pinning you still to allow you to really dig deep, to force you within to do that inner healing work. Now that card is coming out first, this Bear Spirit Healing card. And I feel you guys are at the culmination point of this, or you're ready to close this out. I feel like it's done and it's closing out. And you're going to be so grateful. And for some of you, you probably are already moving into this energy where you're realizing that things are starting to come together for you, or things are starting to open up now for you, and some of that restriction is falling away. And that is really happening because you've come into the space of self-love. You've really opened up your heart, and you've really sort of shaken off the things that were shackling you, the things that previously were really bogging down your energy or making you feel heavy inside. I feel like you're finally like, whoo, pushing it away. You're free from it. And so you're able to move forward now in a space of self-love and compassion that maybe you weren't able to feel for yourself previously. And with the Wizard of the Woods, it's like, it's funny, I feel like you guys are the wizard. Like, you're making this happen, okay? Like, you are working some magic now in your life on your own behalf, and some things are able to kind of come together a little magically for you because of work you did on yourself. So this inner work is actually creating some outer change and really shifting your situation, burning up the things that no longer serve you, and allowing you to really fly free of them so that you can achieve greater heights. And you had to go through this inner process of burning away and letting go. And it's funny because for some of you, you may have like moved out of a situation, but it wasn't fully healed, or you didn't totally understand it yet. And as you went through your healing journey, it's almost like you were able to look backwards and see things from a new lens, understand things differently, and why things played out the way that they did. And ultimately, this focus on changing yourself and healing and changing your life is creating this outer expansion. I'm hearing outer expansion. So all of a sudden, things that felt maybe stuck or stagnant, or the abundance that just was not coming in, it's coming in very fruitfully. Things can really start taking off for you, opportunities showing up, you know, knocking on your door out of the blue. And this is just a really happy energy that I'm getting with this. And really, I keep getting something about you guys soaring to new heights as well. So you may find that you're even able to reach goals that you didn't think possible for yourself now that you've let go of some of that heavy, dense energy that was bogging you down before. So the lean period is closing out. That sense of stuck stagnancy is being burned away, and it's being followed by this period of fruitfulness, of expansion and abundance. And Rainbow Waterfall Miracles, this is just one of the best cards in this particular deck. And it's like everything's rainbows from here out. So you can trust this change. It's happening because you cleared away some of that inner muck. So whatever comes in for you now ultimately is bringing in warmth. It's bringing in beauty and abundance in a powerful way. You know, and there's a lot of, you know, that butterfly energy in that card. And then we also have the butterfly spirit card showing up here, the transformation, you know, coming out of the cocoon, finally opening up to some new things. And I feel like you guys, Capricorn, are the pearl. Okay, you are the pearl. And you're finally seeing that. That's what the self-love piece is about. It's like, you're finally recognizing that you are the star, you are the pearl, you deserve to have these good things. And maybe in the past you didn't feel worthy of them. And some of this like process that some of you were going through of like looking back may have been that you were doubting yourself, or you were questioning or uncertain about if you were the problem, or if you had created some of your own problems. And ultimately, I feel like you have come to the other side of that, and you're starting to see now like that it was all there to help you grow, and that you have, that it's okay. And some of you may have had to forgive yourself. I'm hearing like self-forgiveness. So some of you may have had to really let go of mistakes maybe that you felt like you made in the past, so that you could move forward into the future. And with Maple Spirit Generosity, I keep being pulled to what a strong tree the maple tree is, that you've really had to develop this core of inner strength in order to grow into the next phase of your life. And I'm being pulled also to the red color of the leaves on this tree. Red is the color of the root chakra, which is all to do with safety, security, home, our financial resources, you know, the things that give our life stability. The maple tree is a strong and stable tree. And I feel like you had to go through an inner process in order to reach this point of strength, of inner strength, of being strong enough to really withstand and build the next phase of your life. So these things that are coming in now that are expanding for you, the expansion card showing up here, couldn't have happened until you got yourself here. Like this had to happen first. So don't fault yourself for, you know, like if it feels like, oh my God, why did it take this long to show up, these good things, and you're looking back and you're feeling bad about it, please let that go, because it couldn't show up before. You had to come into this energy first. And, you know, sometimes spirit doesn't allow things to move forward until we are able to do that inner work and really transmute some of that heavier energy that we're carrying inside of us. And really this was self-love, but in the end, you guys are going to feel so grateful that you did this, that you took this time. Some of you might even be able to look back at that lean period and actually see what a blessing it was at some point here down the road. So let's jump into tarot. I want to dig into this a little bit more. Overall, this is fantastic energy for you guys, because I feel like you're on the other side, or you're coming to the other side of this. For some of you, okay, hold on. Spirit's bringing something in about, for some of you, this might be opening you to love, okay? So you may have had to love yourself first so that you could be more open to receiving love, to receiving a different kind of love, maybe than what you've had in the past, or receiving a new lover, a new relationship where there can be deeper connection, or where you can really be open to receive the love that you put out back from someone else. So this process that you've been going through may have been needed to actually open your heart to receiving love from another as well. But I do feel like there's a self-love component, probably for pretty much all of you. You know, it's hard to receive that kind of love from somebody else if we don't first hold it within ourselves. So, all right, let's pull the tarot. All right, Capricorn. So we have 10 of Swords, the Chariot, Knight of Swords, all showing up together in the top row. And then we have that underneath of that, I have 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, and 7 of Wands. We have the Moon, Ace of Wands, the Fool, and the 7 of Cups. All right, so Capricorn, it's funny, this 10 of Swords, so this is completion, it's ending card. Now, typically the 10 of Swords can be painful endings, and maybe there was something painful about this process that you had to go through in order to open up to this new beginning. Maybe there were things that you had to release or let go of, or maybe it was just painful to go back and do some of that review process. As I'm looking at this card though, I'm being shown, you remember that game Operation where you have the little guy and he has like the little organs and you have to use the metal prongs to pull them out, and if you touch the side you get like electrocuted? This is so giving me vibes of that. And I feel like you guys have been like going through this procedure that has been very painful, where things have been having to be removed from your heart that were not serving you. I almost feel like Spirit's been zapping you to help pull stuff out of your heart, to get stuff out that isn't good or that is toxic. And for a lot of you, I feel like these are things that you were holding on to about yourself. You know, maybe some self-hatred or self-loathing or feeling not good enough, self-doubts, fears. Maybe some of you were really blocking your heart and weren't open to love, weren't open to be able to receive that. You know, maybe you couldn't feel it for yourself, but also not able to receive it from others. So I feel like you've been going through this like transformative process with this card, and I do feel like it's coming to an end. All right, I still feel like it's coming to an end, especially with this card being followed by the Chariot, because I feel like you're ready to move forward now, ready to move on. Things have come into balance, things are coming into harmony, and you're ready now to move forward. And you can now move forward actually pretty quick with the Knight of Swords coming in. It's like now you can take action decisively and quickly towards what you really want. Things can actually start really manifesting. And 8 of Wands is similar energy, right? It's things coming in. But you notice with this one, see, they're such similar cards, and this came out right under it. And it's like now the heart is open and free, and the energy is coming out from the heart. So here there's like energies coming in to heal the heart. Now the heart is open and emanating its own energy. And so I feel like you guys are able now to put more of your heart into your life and into what you're doing, because you freed it up. You cut out some of those energies that weren't good for you by going through this inward journey of healing. And this is bringing more stability in around home life, family life, relationships. Okay, so by opening up your heart more, you're attracting in more stability. Maybe some of you are looking to build a family or build a home with someone else, or just for yourself to have a more loving environment to be in, a more supportive environment to live in. And I feel like you are opening that up through this inner journey. Finally, now it can come in for you because you've done the healing work and you're open, you're ready to receive. And then Seven of Wands, you know, this is getting to the other side of it, right? That you've burned away all the yucky stuff. And I also feel like for a lot of you, this means like you're not going to allow, if people took advantage of you in the past, you're not going to allow that anymore. So you're also really stepping into the fullness of your power and really starting to feel, it's funny, I'm hearing the rebel yell. I don't know why, that might make sense for some of you, but it's like some of you, maybe there were things that you felt a little suffocated by. Maybe some of you felt suffocated by other partners or relationships. I really feel like anything that you have felt suffocated by, you're like ready to dispel it. You're ready to like force it away from you. You're done. You're not putting up with crap anymore. For others, you may be finding your voice. Finally, I'm seeing those flames shooting out of that like lion's mouth at the top of the card here. And some of you, it's like you're learning to use your voice differently, or you're learning to really shout from the rooftops, really put that voice out there, project yourself a little bit more because you're feeling more confident, okay? So you're not holding back anymore because you're not afraid anymore of what people think. It's like you feel confident in yourself now. You don't feel like you have to play to what others want you to be. And so there's a little bit more of a stepping into your power, stepping into who you really are, and just a new era of confidence that has come as a result of this inner transformation and healing. And with the moon, for some of you, there may be a change of heart happening, or you may, again, be able to see things differently through that new lens because you cleared away illusions, the things that were maybe covering up, preventing you from seeing the way forward, from seeing the path. It's like those things are now able to be stripped off and burned away. For the others of you, you might be contemplating changes that need to be made because of this. So you've come into a place of more self-love and you're healing, and now you're realizing that you want something else or something different than maybe what you had before. And I do feel like that if that is you, the door is open for this to happen. All right, I just got this weird image that popped in. It could be confirmation for some of you, but I don't think it's just confirmation. I feel like there's a message with it too. So I'm being shown, you know, like see these like moon phases on these pillars. All of a sudden I was seeing that game like Connect 4, where you have to like get everything lined up. Everything has to be lined up before you win the game. There's something here about like, you have to understand that everything had to line up before you could move forward. There were things that had to get lined up before this energy could really move on. So for those of you who feel like you're still stuck in the waiting period, or you can't quite see your way to the other side of this yet, or you don't see that expansion happening yet, it's coming, because we have Ace of Wands right after this, was just like explosion of like new beginnings and new energy. It's about to pop forth for you. I even see it on this card with the gold. It's very similar energy here, like something really coming up to the surface, really getting ready to bloom or really explode. Now, okay, this is going to mean different things for different of you, Spirit's telling me. For some of you, it's like you were waiting for some things to come into fruition, for things to line up so that this new beginning could really happen. And you may have had to do that inner emotional work in order for that to occur. And now it is occurring. For others of you, you may still be in the waiting period and going through a little bit of like a dark night of the soul, but know that that's going to be followed by this burst of energy that happens really quick and the new beginning coming in. So it's okay to take the time and really understand your emotions and feelings about this situation. I had something else popping in. This won't be for everyone, but a few of you might resonate with this one. Some of you need, now that you have maybe had a change of heart, now that you have maybe gone through some deeper level of healing and looking at your life a little differently, or looking at current relationships or situationships differently, you need to really be aware of how you're feeling about things, because there may be some eruption of emotion, and some of this may be coming from the past, like things you've just held in for a while. You know, remember what I was getting with this, with the rebel yell of almost needing to rebel against someone or something, that maybe you've really been feeling under somebody's thumb, or feeling stuck, or feeling stagnant, or unable to speak up for yourself. That is going away. But be careful with this. I channeled earlier this week that with that scorpionic full moon that we had this week, there's been really a lot of like energy, intense energy churned up. And sometimes if you're sitting on some big feelings, that energy can cause them to burst out. So be careful. You want to act, not react. So if you've been holding some shit in, Capricorn, be careful, because it might need to come out. And I feel like you guys aren't holding back anymore. So think carefully about how you want to express yourself. Maybe there's something you need to say to someone and you've been really holding it in, and it's time, it needs to be said or needs to come out. Even if that means that the situation has to change. You know, sometimes when we go through inner transformation and healing, what we want changes, or what we need changes. And you might realize that the things that you built in the inner rim aren't really working for you anymore, and you need something different, and that's completely okay. Either way, there's a new beginning here. A new beginning, and I feel like you guys are in a much better position now to decide what you want, what you don't want. I get with the Seven of Cups, it's like deciding what I want in my cup and what I don't want in my cup, what I need, and what I don't need. And be more decisive. I really feel like there's a decisiveness. This Fool feels very decisive about, boom, this is what I want and this is what I'm doing. I also feel, again, with this, like there's a strength coming through this card, of this energy of like, you know, I feel like this guy could wrestle that gator, you know, like easy, no problem. I feel like you guys are feeling like really confident and really good and really strong, and feeling like I can overcome anything. Like I can really do this. I've got what it takes. And such a great energy to be in. And it's going to suit you really well with whatever this is that you're trying to build for yourself, whatever this stable foundation is that you are looking to create. Now, the new beginning of the Seven of Cups, for some of you, this may also be that the new beginning is happening because you were able to see through some of those illusions of the past. You know, we have the moon here too, which can be illusion, and breaking through that energy. So maybe, like I said, for some of you with the healing work, it's allowed you to break through some illusions. So some of you might have been in a relationship in the past where you really were kind of gaslit, where you were made to feel like you didn't deserve good things, or you maybe were made to feel like you were the one who was to blame for everything that went wrong in the relationship. And I feel like if that is you with this energy, you're coming out of that now. You've been able to heal enough that you can actually look back at the situation through new eyes and go, hey, that wasn't really all me, or that really wasn't my fault, or forgive yourself for the things you do feel like that were your mistakes, but recognize that it was part of your journey of growth, and that you're really different now, and that you do deserve good things, and you deserve happiness, and deserve to have your needs met, and to have a partner who loves you and gives back to you just like you love you and give to yourself now. So let's pull like 2 more cards. I feel like we need like 2 more cards for this reading for Capricorn. And like I said, for some of you, that might mean that you change partners. Like maybe you're with somebody that you've been with for a while, and you're realizing now that you've done the healing journey that it's no longer working. For others of you, it's opening you up maybe to a partnership that maybe you didn't have opportunity for before, or weren't really open to before. And if you're already in a happy partnership, it could just be that this healing from the old, you know, situations that you've been in from the past is just making things stronger, right? All right, so we have Queen of Cups. I hear pouring her heart out. 3 of Swords. Pain, heartbreak. And then 3 of Cups. Celebration, fulfillment. And this is often also celebration with others. I really feel like this is like putting an end to the heartbreak. This is breaking apart the hurt, the pain from the past, so that you can see things more clearly now. Like you've dissected it, you've broken it up, and it's starting to fall away, okay? And that is really allowing for more of this heart-based energy to come in, or more receptive energy to come in, and ultimately a celebration, you know, ultimately allowing for not only your cup to be full, but allowing you to fill the cups of others because you are feeling good within yourself. You know, those of you who have other people leaning on you or that you help support or care for, you know, when you do that inner work and you feel better and you heal and your heart is lighter, then you have more to give to other people and other situations as well. Let's get one more with this. Just, I feel like there's something else with this Queen of Cups. All right, we got Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands in this deck. Moving forward, it's a new start. It's a new adventure. And I feel like you're ready now to move on. You're ready to move forward, but also with confidence. Feeling inspired, with confidence, feeling really good and strong and in harmony. I do feel like with this Queen of Cups, I'm being shown, look, we have that moon energy showing up here again. There's a moon like peeking out of this cup. So there, again, there may have been some hidden emotional energies for some of you. And that's what I feel like was being like picked through or sorted out, pulled out, okay, so that this situation could come to an end and things could move forward. And so that this stagnancy, the stuck feeling could be released because this just was there and it was causing problems. It was working, operating behind the scenes, and it needed to be purged. It needed to be healed so that it wouldn't continue to be a hindrance on your life or on your relationships. And now that it's gone, it's like all this new energy can open up. And we get to move on. We get to move forward into happiness. But it's like you're creating it for yourself. Like I'm seeing again, look, like this prince is holding a wand with the rainbow. It's like he's the one bringing in the sunshine. He's bringing in the rainbow. And really is doing that because of his own strength, because he's found his own strength. And really is stepping into his power. And so he's been able to move forward and will continue to do so, I hear. Okay. So Capricorn, this is fantastic. Like I said, if you're not quite seeing that expansion yet, or the stagnant energy hasn't quite opened up yet, keep going with your self-love journey. Keep going with healing because you're right there. You're on the cusp. It's about to break through. And when it does, things can move forward in a really positive way for you and really quickly. And you're going to find all that happiness and stability that you wanted. And like I said, just be careful about, you know, speaking up for yourself. Some of you may have really held some things in for a long time because you didn't feel confident, and it may be time to bring those out, but make sure that you bring them out in a constructive way, not a destructive way, because that's really going to help you out, especially with the current energies that we've got going on this weekend next. All right, Capricorn, take care, you guys. I'll be back in a couple weeks with some more messages. Bye.